play against Somto. It was definitely a big jump, but I think doing that daily has definitely made me a better player. Worked on my toughness, and I think over time it's definitely left a good impression on me.
Do you feel like there's anything you've learned from watching Somto to this point?
Yeah, absolutely. I think his intensity, his motor at times is just off the charts. I think that he plays with an intensity that you almost have to have it at this level, especially as a big, that I've definitely taken note of, and I've tried to apply in my game as I've grown a little bit.
What made you want to come to Georgia?
There was a number of things. I'm a Georgia kid, so that's obviously a big one. But I think the staff here just really spoke to me. They treated me like family. On my visit, the players were very welcoming to me and everything. I like their play style and everything, and I think I have two to three good bigs to learn from. So I've been good.
You look at this part of where you guys are in the off season. Where do you feel like you've improved the most getting ready for your freshman year?
Yeah, I would say the two places I've improved most are like toughness and kind of the game slowing down. I think whenever I first got here, it was a jump for sure because I come from smaller school, and then I went to OT last year, and then coming here, I think that those were some big jumps in the speed of the game. So I think that it's kind of slowed down for me, especially as of recently. And like I said earlier, like the toughness, playing with these bigs, I think that I'm definitely a much tougher player than I was whenever I came in.
You go ahead.
No, so what's the most thing you learned from Coach Dean, working with him, Coach Dean?
Oh, for sure, yeah. They take pride in working with us bigs. They definitely take their time with us. He's giving me a lot of tough love, trying to make sure that I adjust to this level. We do a bunch of drills that have worked on all of our games, and I think that the bigs as like a unit, we work really good.
What kind of tough love?
If I'm slacking on a play, he'll definitely give me a little Jackson, come on, but it's it comes to this level, and it's made me a better player because of it. So
How would you describe the jump from a smaller high school to OT to here? What was that jump?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was. I think it was good for me. I think it was a gradual. I think that going to OT last year definitely made me more prepared for this level. I think that they do a lot of things very well over there that are similar to the college level, but I think that it's really hard to emulate this level. I think that the state that the college is at nowadays, like, you just have to go as hard as you can and just do what you can. Yeah, it was good.
What was the biggest change for you, offensively or is it defensively?
Honestly, the biggest change for me was just the size and strength and speed. You're playing against grown men nowadays. I think OT did have like a lot of good skilled people, skilled players, and much like this level. But I think that jump for me really came from just like the personnel. The bigger, stronger, faster speed of game and style of play.
As you develop physically, what would you eventually like to get to? Where you think you will ultimately feel comfortable playing at?
I don't really have a set number, but just where my body feels like. One thing I will say about this place, they have a top of the line weight and strength program. I think that my body's grown. I can feel it. I just feel like the best I've ever felt. I've gained some weight since I've been here in muscle, but I've been jumping higher and stuff. So I think that maybe 240, 250. I think that's where I'll play the best at maybe.
How important just is basketball to your family, and then what it was like growing up in a basketball family?
Yes, my mom and dad both played in college, so growing up, it was definitely kind of just instilled in us. It was a little part of my blood, but yeah, it was awesome growing up with them. They definitely gave me some good nuggets of knowledge. They were always there for me, and yeah, I think it was pretty natural.
When did your growth spurt start growing up?
Well, see, like some people, they start small, they develop the guard skills, and then they grow. Like I really didn't even have a growth spurt because I was always just taller. Like I have pictures of me in like my second grade class, like just a head above everyone else, just like sticking out in the middle. But yeah, I've always been taller. So
What was it like? As a kid, I mean, kids can be mean sometimes about somebody who maybe look a little different than them. How did you deal with that?
I've definitely heard it all. If any tall joke, any height joke you can think of, I've heard it all. How's the weather up there? Anything you can think of. So yeah, I've heard it all.
Are both of your parents really tall?
Yeah, so my dad's 6'6" and my mom's 6 foot. So I mean, it comes honest. Yeah.
I'm assuming when you were growing up playing your dad in basketball, was there a point? I mean, as big as he is, you were able to beat him growing up?
Listen, the way I'll tell it is, I think I beat him more times than not. I'll say this: he stopped playing me around like 10 or 11 years old. So I mean, you just take that as you will. But yeah, I had a lot of fun playing against him. He was a great impact on my life. You know, him being a college player, and yeah, we had a lot of fun times.
What do you feel like he taught you about basketball that you feel like you can apply now that you're getting ready to start your career?
He just taught me just work ethic almost. Just as long as you apply yourself to it, you know, really just dedicate yourself to the game, it's going to give it back. You know, you're going to go through some rough patches and everything. He made sure to tell me that, but he let me know that if I put the work in, it'll always come back, even if it doesn't look like it.
What were some of the similarities between OT and college that you mentioned earlier?
Yeah, I think that they did a good job at like making us professionals in terms of like the schedule and everything. We had to be on time to everything. I think that they had a good weight program as well. A bunch of different people came through the building like that were pros that we could like look after and listen to, and you know, a bunch of pros come from OT too. So like I think that they have a good sense of what it takes to get to the next level, and I think that they did a good job at, you know, kind of just making sure that we were prepared for the next year.
Any pro in particular that came by that stood out to you?
Oh, shoot, I've passed so many pros in that building that it's insane. But like, for example, like one day I walked past, I'm just walking down the hall and then I see a guy this up here on me, and I'm like, who is that? I turn out, it's Matt Barnes. He's walking past me. I saw Shaq in there. I saw the Thompson twins work out, Jordan Poole, a bunch of people. So different NBA teams come through and work out there. So it's just being in that environment and seeing those players. Not only is it good just to see from a basketball standpoint, but just from like a life standpoint, like, you know, people that you are at the level that you want to be at eventually. You know, it's good to see for motivation.